Alexa,
Alexa,
Alexa, view Eureka research on data analysis on user reviews.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Preeti Curry. I'm a mathematical sciences major from Indian Land, South Carolina.
hi, my name is Taran Kavaru. I'm a computer science major from Fort Mill, South Carolina.
I'm Ethan Anderson, and I'm also a computer science major from Fort Mill, South Carolina.
As you can see, we just talked to Amazon's Alexa, but let's dig further into how exactly this communication goes through. This occurs with the front-end interaction model and the back-end hosted service.
A sentence that we speak to Alexa is composed of four major constituents: the wake word, starting phrase, skill invocation name, and utterance.
The wake word wakes up the device, telling Alexa that we want to talk to her.
The starting phrase specifies a type of request we want to use, such as ask or launch or view.
The skill invocation name is the skill developed by an Amazon developer and can be categorized into multiple categories such as kids, news, lifestyle, etc.
Finally, the utterance is the phrase in which the Alexa skill is triggered and responds to the user with some sort of greeting.
These Alexa skills have features or behaviors in which the skill receives vocal user input and tries to match it with the right intention. Sometimes Alexa will match the input with the wrong intention or be unable to find any match at all.
I don't know that one.
Understanding why this issue occurs could allow developers to program their skills better. It's a question we need to ask ourselves concerning how we can make Amazon's Alexa a much more easier to use device.
Could the reviews on the Alexa skills give insight into this problem?
And this is what our research is primarily focused on. When Alexa cannot understand commands, users tend to become frustrated and leave a negative review.
We classify this review as an Alexa understanding review, or an AUR for short.
We approached the problem of finding these AURs by manually searching for some common points in each review.
We created a program to search for AURs using the patterns we identified.
In doing so, we use the Spacey library to break down reviews into tokens that are then lemmatized to remove inflections. For example, words like worst, worse, and bad all get lemmatized to just bad. Thus, we can algorithmically search for the AURs.
The algorithm used had two main triggers. The first trigger would check that the review's contents relate to some misunderstanding. The second trigger would check that the user, or anyone else for that matter, is not the one misunderstanding Alexa, and that is, in fact, the other way around.
We also applied sentiment analysis to the reviews because sentences that contain a keyword while having a negative sentiment tended to be an AUR more often than not. So the first trigger could be satisfied without meeting the explicit requirements.
We then created a word cloud of AURs, and by looking at the frequency of the different words, we could identify specific categories of skills that are more vulnerable to Alexa misunderstandings.
Ultimately, we found that 0.6% of all reviews and 1.2% of all negative reviews can be classified as an AUR.
Even though 1.2% might seem like a small percentage, the underlying issue shouldn't be ignored.
There is a prominent issue in Alexa not recognizing certain phrases and even certain accents, which is where the issue of implicit racial bias occurs as well.
Our research has allowed us to identify these particular reviews that highlight this issue, but there's still a lot more that future research should dive into to fix some of these major issues like language barriers or poorly designed Alexa skills.
Hopefully, as voice assistant technology improves, we could expect the frequency of AURs to decrease as more issues with voice assistants are identified and explored. We approach closer to a perfect voice assistant.
We'd like to thank the Clemson University Honors College and the EUREKA program for allowing us to conduct this research. We'd also like to thank our mentor, Dr. Cheng, for guiding us. Alexa, close the video.